fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Here we are. It's Friday. Tonight we're going to be doing live personal readings. So if you've been wanting a personal reading, I'm going to be doing those tonight around 7:45. My 12-year-old is going to go see a movie, so I'll be working while she's watching. All right. Hi. Yes, it's been too long. You know, I have to check in with fire signs, okay? I also want to do the air signs, but I have a call after this. I have a one-on-one reading after this, and it's kind of long. So I might not do air signs till later. A ver. We'll see what happens. Yes, fire. Who do we have in the house? Oh, thank you, Ariana, for booking with me. It was so nice to meet you. I appreciate you. Happy to help all the time. All right. So, Aries, Sun, Leo, Rising. Oh, double fire. So this is going to be for the fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Sun, Moon, and Rising. Leave air signs. I got you. I know I got you. I know I have to. Tonight, okay? Tonight we'll do air. Well, depending on how long my other one goes, I might just do air and then come back later and do personals. So if you guys have never done personals, it's similar to this where we go live. You don't have to go live with me. And then we, once you submit payment, I will add you to a list and we just do like a speed run of whatever messages you need to hear. Leo, Sun, Sag, Rising. What's up, Lynette? Welcome. Earth signs I will probably not get to tonight. And the weekend is pretty busy. But I'll catch you guys soon. I think air signs too, because we just had that Gemini full moon last night. How is the full moon treating you? Gemini energy is very chaotic. It's very all over the place. There's like a lot of ideas, a lot of energy. You could have felt anxiety or just like really wired or really tired. Those are like the two opposing forces. And then the Sag energy, right? Because we're looking at both the moon and the sun in Sagittarius is more about like the bigger picture, right? She said bye Earth. Sag energy is more about like the bigger picture and like not necessarily getting bogged down by all the smaller picture things, right? So we have the two energies. We're still kind of dealing with it. My fire and air self, thank you. Aries, Sun, Gemini, Rising. Oh yeah. I was physically drained but restless in my head. Totally. So that is the energy of this moon. But what I will say, and what came up, we did a full moon ritual on Wednesday. What came up was that a lot of these thoughts are coming up so that you can just like purge them, essentially, so that you could let them go. And I was also getting that they're somehow tied to fear. So we did like a little meditation where I tried to make it scary. It was like a little spooky meditation. And we got ourselves spooked so that we could identify our fears. So yeah, a lot of really high energy. But let's see what the messages are for you guys specifically. Sun, Moon, Rising, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Somebody said, how do I find my rising sign? You need to go to a birth chart calculator. Okay. You need to put in your birth date, your birth time, your birth location, because the rising sign, the way that the rising sign is measured, like the way that they calculate it, is that it is the sign, like it's the zodiac sign that was coming up on the horizon when you were born, right? So because the earth is spinning, right? Like the sun isn't moving, our earth is spinning, and that's why it looks like the sun's going up and down. But because the earth is spinning, that eastern horizon line, right? That edge of the line is constantly moving through all the signs. So every 24 hours, that line moves through all the signs. So you could be born at 8 a.m. and you're a Sagittarius, but your rising sign is an Aries. Or you could be born at 10 a.m. and on that day, the rising sign was in Capricorn, right? But you have to, it's math, like it's a mathematical thing. So you can't just guess it. But once you know your rising sign, that is a game changer, because especially if you don't relate to your sun sign, you're like, I don't really feel like I'm an Aries. You know, I'm a little bit more soft. They say that Aries are so, stubborn and hard-headed and, aggressive. And I don't feel like that. You might be a Pisces rising, bro. You might be a Cancer rising. You might be a Taurus rising. Right? Yeah, you can just Google birth chart calculator. Birth chart calculator. Like, I'm a Libra, and everyone's like, oh, Libras are so, And I was like, why am I so aggressive? I'm always, like, super bossy, and then as soon as I get in my director mode, I'm like, no, do this, do that. No, go here, Guess what? I'm an Aries rising. Go figure. All right, and that's the opposite of Libra. Okay, enough chit-chat. Gemini full moon, it has me like a chatty Cathy, bro. I am a Gemini moon. So this energy that you guys are feeling right now, that is my nature. Like, that is my natural. Like, I am just constantly internally in chit chat. That's why I always am listening to audiobooks. I'm always listening to like different things to keep it busy, you know? Aries and Gemini rising, Taurus moon was good. You know that Taurus vibe. Can't you find out on CoStar? Yeah, you can find out on CoStar too. You can find out on the Pattern app. I'm not a big fan of CoStar or Pattern just because as an astrologer, as a practicing astrologer, those apps kind of like, they kind of teach you the wrong way. Like they teach you to look at like a table. And I believe that in order for you to fully understand how the planets are affecting you and how they're like moving through your chart, that you have to learn through the circle, right? So personal preference, no shade, but I wouldn't use CoStar myself, but it's easier to use CoStar if you want to just find out what your rising sign is. Yeah, sure. All right, let's get into this reading. I'm just putting it all out there today. Jeez, maybe I should not have come online. Maybe it's going to be a little too much. All right, Heavenly Spirit for the fire signs, please. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And you guys already know, I love doing fire sign readings. I love doing fire signs. It always like juices me up. So here we are. Fire signs, go ahead and take go ahead and take a deep breath in. Inhale, exhale. All right. Grounded, rooted, ready. Here we go. Slay. All right. We're doing air signs next, but let's do this. All right. For the fire signs, please, Spirit, what is the current energy? Fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay. For the fire signs, please. Sun, Moon, and Rising. All right. So first thing we got here is exhaustion, long journey, depletion, and fatigue. We've got intimacy, closeness, sexuality, seclusion. Okay. We've got the Six of Wands and we've got the World card. There's a few messages I was getting here. So the first message that I was getting was this, which is some of you guys, you're overstimulated, okay? You're kind of overstimulated. It's like you need a break. Maybe your partner is like really wanting a lot of affection right now and you're like, oh my gosh, give me space. You know what I mean? Or maybe it's like your coworkers or something that have a lot of like requests of you. And so you're like, it's kind of a lot, you know? Maybe it's, it's funny because I was going to go the other way. I'm like feeling into the energy and I was like, maybe you need a little bit more intimacy. But then it's like immediately I was like, no. What I need is I want to get back on my game. Six of Wands. I want to get back. I'm starting to feel the urge to get back into my work. I'm starting to feel the urge to get back on my shit, to get that thing done, to get things moving, to start to pin things down, to start to prepare for 2026. I'm ready to close out what needs to close out. Some of you guys also might be planning a trip. You're like, I feel like I need a trip. Maybe I'll take a trip in February. Maybe I'll take a trip in January. March seems too far away. I need a trip before then, you know? I also am Knight of Wands at the bottom of the deck. I'm telling you, you guys are ready to take some action on some things. Okay. You feel inspired. Maybe you want to go get that skill. You're like, man, I've really been wanting to, get my certification in CPR. I really been wanting to get my certification in, design or something like that. Like, I really want to go and get this done. So you could be feeling that amongst all of this kind of chaos and noise that we're feeling energetically, you could also just be feeling a sort of like fire that's starting to warm up. A fire that was feeling a little bit skinny and dull. It was like, I'm kind of Now it's starting to open up, right? yeah, you really want to get it done. The other message that I was getting here was about you're starting to kind of zoom out and look for the bigger picture. You're starting to zoom out, which is this is a good thing to do right now, actually. You're starting to zoom out and be like, all right, like, how do I want this to play out long term? How do I want this to look long term? Right? What have I been wanting? Like, have I been wanting a house? Have I been wanting a partner? Have I been wanting a family? Or have I been wanting this promotion? And like, what does it look like? What is it going to look like? Right? So yes, I do see the exhaustion right here. I do see the exhaustion. I do see the tiredness. You're still kind of waking up. You're still starting to wake up out of it. Thank you for the confirmation, y'all. But you're starting to feel that fire, right? Start to light up. It's almost like you could feel the universe going, it's okay, almost, fire signs, almost. You're almost back. You know, you were on ice for a little bit. Now you're almost back. Ya merito. Almost, right? All right, what's the challenge for the fire signs, please? Challenge, blockage for the fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I'm thawing out. Yes, exactly. That's perfect. Yeah, I'll keep it. Okay, what is the challenge? Thank you for the confirmation. Fruit stains. Care is a beta. Is that right? Handles, man. Handles. All right. So the challenge for you right now could be letting go of something, releasing, walking away, moving on. And then we have influences, dark attachments, third parties. We have the Four of Cups and the Lover's card. Okay, a couple things. One, help me keep this in order, Spirit. Please help me keep this in order. Because this energy is a lot. You already know. Okay. Okay. So the challenge could be like literally letting something go, like letting go of a relationship. Like, you know, like, oh, I need to let go of that job. I need to let go of that person, right? And also, like, sometimes it's not so much about, like, I'm going to take that out of my life. I'm going to push them out of my life. No, it's not necessarily that, okay? It might be needing to let go of the feelings that you're having about it. You know what I mean? Like, maybe you're feeling jealous about somebody else doing something that you want to do. Or maybe you're feeling, like that idea that, like, oh, well, they did it already, so why should I do it? You know what I mean? Or maybe you have a fear of, like, oh, if I sit down and I finally sort my budget, what if I'm actually way more in debt than I thought? And I don't really want to know how in debt I am. You know what I mean? So what it is that needs to be let go is more so something that you are holding on to as a perspective. And it feels like it has something to do with maybe friends. It says influences, dark attachments, third parties. It could be about friends. It could be about that girl that your partner left you for 5 years ago, or guy that your partner left you for. It could be about something that you didn't get in the past. Oh, I wasn't able to pass that test, so maybe I'm not worthy. Or I didn't get that, you know, promotion, so I guess they're never gonna like see me as somebody that could be a leader in this company or whatever, right? So what you need to let go of is that perspective. You understand what I'm saying? I'm currently I'm currently reading, but you know I'm not reading. I'm listening to, because I straight up just told you I am like constantly taking things in through my ears. Hi. I'm listening to the let them theory, right? Mel Robbins. And I'm on the chapter where she's talking about like when you feel jealousy and how jealousy is just like basically instead of choosing to compare yourself to other people and then it lowers your self-esteem, you can compare yourself and look at and use that person doing it as the blueprint, right? So it's like, oh, they were able to, you know, get their business off the ground by posting on social media. Let me see what they did. That if they did it, then I can do it. And you're always going to have your own spin on things because you're your own individual person. You know what I'm saying? So she talks about kind of shifting the perspective on feeling like jealous. If you're feeling jealous and you want something that someone else has, instead of looking at it as like, oh my gosh, I'll never have that. Why do they have it and not me? And they're not even this and da-da-da, right? It's about shifting that perspective And instead saying, let them have it. Let me learn from that. Let me use that as my inspiration. Let that jealousy let me know of what I actually want. Like, damn, I didn't think I wanted that. But now that I'm sitting here feeling this feeling of compare, I guess it means that something inside me wants this, wants that thing. And how can I now let myself find the means to do that, right? Perspective shift. The other challenge is that some of you guys could have been feeling rejected by a lover, by a friend, by a decision. Four of Pentacles. You could also be dealing with a lot of internal conflict in your mind that's kind of making it hard to get things clear and direct. Some of you, this is like intimacy issues as well. Like, intimacy issues, like, your libido's not as high as it used to be, or, you don't feel like things are as passionate as they should be, or you want more passion in your life, things like that, like, where you're feeling a little bit of that dryness in that area of life. I don't think it's anything to worry about. When I see the blockages, I feel like Spirit is asking us to acknowledge this so that we can look at it, right? Because when it's just living in the back of your head, it's like there and it's like manipulating you, but you're just like, whatever, like, no, it's fine. I don't feel like that. Nope, just keep going, keep doing my job. And like, you don't identify it, and then it just gets worse and it grows and it gets more resentful. And then you start not liking yourself, and then you start thinking something's wrong with you. And then you start feeling like, oh, I'm getting heavier and I'm getting older and I'm getting, you know what I mean? It just like grows like a poison. So it's being identified so that you could see it, so that you can name it, so you could release it. Another thing that's coming up here is a challenge of just recognizing that, like, cause and effect, right? Some things are consequences of time, consequences of actions, consequences of behavior. Okay? I'll let that land how that needs to land. That feels like a rabbit hole of an energy. Okay. Advice, please, for the fire signs: Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We got 3 cards today. Woo. Yeah, feeling unaligned. Totally. Advice. Okay. All right. So we have beginnings, new direction, fresh start, and chance. We have clinging, holding on, obsessing, watching. We have longing, aching, pining, past love. We have the 8 of Cups in reverse. What? This is a clarifier. I understand it though. The Judgment card and the 7 of Pentacles. So the advice here is so cheesy. The advice is don't give up on your dreams. Okay? The advice is don't give up on that goal to get that certification. Don't give up on that goal to have that business. Don't give up on that goal to be an artist, a painter, a singer, an actor. Don't give up on it. This is what the beginning can look like. Okay? I'm ready to vroom vroom, just need a big booty Benz. What in the world? Fire signs are wild. All right. So don't give up, right? So you could have been feeling tired, and sure, you were on ice for a little bit. Things were slowing down for a little bit. Honestly, the stars and the planets, they were not really helping. They were forcing us to slow down. It was like we were getting hardened in cement. You know what I mean? But now we can look at this and see this as a beginning. We can look at this and see this as something that, no, my heart still wants this. My heart still wants this business. My heart still wants this experience. My heart still wants to perform. My heart still wants to write that book. My heart still wants to tell that story. My heart still wants to get in my body, get fit, whatever it is, right? It's there because it's yours, because you're meant to have it. So they're saying, like, don't give up, start again. Okay? New beginnings. Don't walk away from something. It's not ready for you to walk away from it. We're letting go of the negative perspective. We're letting go of the feeling of rejection, of low self-esteem, of comparing ourselves to other people, so that we can take action. Okay, make the decision. That's like the real action, right? So the real action is when you actually admit and say to yourself, I am going to insert the thing here. I am going to go for that degree. I'm going back to school. I am going to tell that person I love them. I'm going to tell them. I am going to start that Instagram page, or start that business, or start that, YouTube, or learn about what I need to learn because I one day want to own a coffee shop. You know what I mean? You have to claim it. Claim it. And then we have the 7 of Pentacles. And then it's time to invest. Okay? Now this investment is going to take time. It's going to take patience. You're going to have moments where you just have to sit next to your plant and wait. Sometimes the plant means that you need to water it, and then you need to wait. And sometimes the plant needs a little bit of pruning, and then you need to wait. Okay? So Spirit is saying, I need you to be patient with the process. Bro, I need you to be patient with the process. Whatever it is that you want, right? You see things. You see that people have things. People have, a nice car or a beautiful relationship, or they're traveling or whatever. That shit did not happen overnight. Didn't. It didn't. So you got to start putting in the days, putting in the reps, right? Bottom of the deck, we have only you. Fixated, attached, and hypnotized. This is your job. This is for you. This is by you, for you. Right? I need some water. Hold on. We cannot expect other people to bring us a state of mind. We cannot expect other people to bring us that money, or, that resource or whatever. We have to be willing to go out and adventure for it. Sorry, I'm laughing because I'm thinking about how sometimes I will have readings with people and the cards will say like, all right, you're going through a season where you're processing, a lot of weight, or you're processing a lot of grief, or, you just have to sit here and like kind of just do the book work, do the academic work, sit here and just, you got to start doing your notes and stuff and whatever. And, they're like, yeah, okay, but like, when am I going to have the job? Like, when am I going to get the promotion? When am I going to get the relationship? I just feel like I need to be in a partnership so that I can learn. Or I just feel like I need to, and so like they'll do that. That's what I want. I'll say, okay, according to the cards, you have an opportunity to make a really strong connection, or to have this promotion, or to apply for another job that's going to do this for you. That's going to happen in, 3 months or 6 months or whatever the cards say. I have to be honest. This is what they say. And a lot of times people are like, yeah, but I just really need it. I really want it. And I'm like, I'm not here to be God and to bring that in for you. And to say like, oh, okay, yeah, you are going to get it. So why don't we just speed it up and bring it to you next week? No, bro. I am telling you the timeline so you can find peace in the time. Peace in the timeline. It will happen. And sometimes the cards are like, it's not going to happen. I need you to redirect your energy. Sure. Sometimes that's an easier answer, yeah? But all of that to say, it can take a little bit of time. And you know what? You got the energy, fire signs, and you got the time. If I told you that by February, and by the way, February is going to be so fire because the astrology is just, it's a driving force, okay? If I told you that, what would you do right now in preparation, December and January and a little bit of February? Like, what work would you do right now if it was like, hey, your first like speaking engagement, it's going to be in February. Hey, your first presentation of your book, it's going to be in February. Hey, the opportunity to meet that perfect partner, it's going to be in February. Guess what? If you want a partner that is healthy, that is emotionally mature, that is ready for love, that is ready to be a partner, you have to get yourself ready. Because imagine you meet that person and you're still on your bullshit. Imagine you get that speaking opportunity and you don't know what the hell to say. So put in the work. 7 of Pentacles. Put in the work, okay? Outcome. What's coming in for the fire signs, please? Do you ever like channel messages and then feel like, who is talking? Because I don't think I'm talking. I feel like that sometimes. All right. What is coming in for the fire signs, please? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. There was another card that flipped over. Hold on. There it is. Okay. Oh, yeah. This ain't too bad. All right. So we have purifying, purge, healing, clean energy. Love it. We also have lust. So things keep getting sexy with the fire signs. Intensity, sexual energy, and also non-committal. We have the Justice card, Libra energy, and the Page of Pentacles, Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Bottom of the deck, we have chemistry, spark, passion, and desire, and the Ten of Pentacles. This is amazing. This is amazing. This is going to be good, guys. This is going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Okay, so what's coming in? In these upcoming seasons, you're finishing out 2025, which is a 9-year, right? A year of a snake. You're finishing 2025 shedding, right? Shedding, crying, releasing, cleaning out the closet, letting go of old ideas that just don't work for you anymore, self-limiting beliefs. You're purging. You're doing all the purging. Okay? And then as you do that, you're starting to activate also your desire. You're starting to activate also a student mentality, which is I'm ready to learn, I'm ready to explore, I'm ready to try new things. And it looks like whatever you are doing, you are also either documenting or filing. This is like you're starting to put it into motion. You're starting to set it in stone. You know what I mean? Like it's in writing what you're doing. Not literally, although maybe literally, but it's in writing. And with the Ten of Pentacles and chemistry, I feel like you have this abundance that's coming in. And honestly, it's showing up at its max, like at a max, like, wow, now I have the money to do that. Wow, now I have, you know, the resources in the community to like build this or whatever. That's coming in at the end of March in Aries season. In Aries season. I see you collaborating with people. I see you settling into some homes. Maybe you finally move into a new home, a bigger home, or something that has more natural light that you've been wanting, right? I see deeper connections here. King of Cups. Yeah. But the first thing is, like, what's right in front of you right now is kind of this, like, pruning, right? This pruning season. So I love that for you. Let's see what this oracle has to say for the overall fire signs, and then we will pull individual cards. How are we feeling, y'all? How are we feeling? Is it resonating? Is it not? I'm trying to see if I have this other deck here, but I don't see it. All right, so we have Vesta home. I was literally saying this. This is actually really cool. Your household situation is improving either through a move or a healthy change in the occupants. And then we have Mary Magdalene, unconditional love. Love yourself, others, and every situation, no matter what the outward appearances may be. Now remember, Mary Magdalene, they put dirt on her name, right? They put dirt on her name. And ain't no reason. Like, there's no reason. Like, she was Jesus's right-hand woman. You know what I mean? She was just as committed. She was just as of a committed disciple. And she always was like, I'm not going to drop myself down to their level. You know what I mean? She showed up with love. She showed up with compassion. Even when, like, basically, people have cast stones against her, saying that she's a prostitute, saying that she was A, B, C, D, and everything else, you know, in the alphabet. But she still shows up with unconditional love. Love yourself and others, no matter what the situation will be. Okay? Bottom of the deck, we have Ain, leap of faith. And this says, take a risk and put your heart's true desire into action, right? It's time to get that thing started. It's time to go. Now let's do the individuals. Where are my Aries at? Aries, Aries, Aries. Where you at? Messages for Aries, please. I'm going to use, do I want to use this deck? No, I just want to use this one. We'll just use this one. Okay. Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising, please. Aries. You got 2. You got Kalima, spiritual transformation. Aries, you have Saturn that's going to be moving into your sign, and you have Neptune that's going to be moving into your sign next year. You had a little taste of it this year, but it was nothing compared to what it's about to be. You're about to lay down some business, okay? So we have spiritual transformation and we have Imhotep, visionary. So let's look at these messages real quick. So Kali, the homegirl Kali. It says a cycle of intense rebirth. This is your awakening. Hold on a second. There we go. Okay. It says, when everything turns upside down, the rug is swept from under you, and the shock of the unexpected reverberates through your entire being, it's likely that Kalima is at work. Nothing feels certain right now, and you might feel vulnerable, raw, confronted with your deepest fears. These are not easy feelings to manage, and you might want to run away from this surge of emotion or exert hard control over rapidly shifting circumstances of your life. Trust in the divine plan. As you're entering a phase of phenomenal transformation, Kali leads you to an empty, stripped-back space, bringing you face-to-face with your naked truth. You may see who you really are. Kali will stretch you beyond all your perceived limits, haul you outside of your comfort zone, and shake you awake with revelations. Your ego will fear her, but no other goddess sees your spiritual potential quite like Kalima. It says, stare fearlessly into the void. The time has come to be nothing less than your spectacular and true self. It says, take it one day at a time. The situation is a blessing in disguise. It says, out of chaos comes divine order. My spirit roars with truth. And then you got Imhotep, designing the future, fusing ancient wisdom with modern methods. When Imhotep appears, it's a clear indication of your visionary gifts. Your soul's intention is to create pioneering change through implementing divinely inspired ideas. There's no doubt that you've come to Earth to redesign infrastructures, stir up the pot of established protocols, and use innovative and progressive methods to evolve humanity. You are a visionary, guided by the divine to implement projects that can help heal and inspire our world. What do you want to improve or innovate? Maybe you're a teacher who's frustrated by the education system, or a medical professional who would love to combine modern medicine with holistic treatments. Perhaps your passion lies in environmentalism, politics, science, or fighting prejudice and injustice. If you're passionate about what needs to evolve, then you are the one who can make the difference. Imhotep is guiding you step by step. Take it one day at a time, breaking the vision down into manageable chunks. It says, life is bringing the perfect lessons and challenges needed to fire up your sacred purpose. Be bold and confident about sharing your ideas. And the mantra is, my mind is in touch with divine ideas. My visions create a better world. All right, Aries. I'm telling you, I'm so excited for Aries this upcoming year. I'm excited. I'm a little bit, it's like crazy because it's like I'm excited. Aries gets Saturn and Neptune. Jupiter's going to be in Leo, so it's like Leo's also getting this big boost, but then Leo also is going to have the South Node in their sign the second half of next year, so I'm like, what is going to happen? What's going to happen, right? All right, Leos. Leo. Oh, there we go. Whew. All right, Leo, we got Ogma, watch your words. And we also got, again, Mary Magdalene from a different deck. You got Mary Magdalene twice. What? Except this one. It says sacred marriage. All right, Leos, watch your words and sacred marriage. Something that's been on my mind a lot lately, it happened today too at the gym, is how we talk about ourselves. Because there's actual science now. There's actual studies that show that you change based on how you talk to yourself. So I've been telling myself oh, my arms are so buff. My arms are so strong. My arms are so toned. And then yesterday I was looking in the mirror. I was like, oh, look at my back and my arms. I've been talking to my body. So what are you saying? What are you saying to yourself? What are the things that you find yourself saying? Today, somebody at the gym was like, oh, I'm just weak. I just have bad knees. Oh, it's just that I did, and I was like, stop saying that about yourself. Say that you're strong. You're strong. You're here. You showed up, All right, Ogma. Infuse your language with light. Your words matter. This is definitely for you guys, Leo. Ogma leads you to his standing stone. He places your hand upon the rough surface and speaks to you with the light-filled voice. Ooh la la. Notice the words you use about yourself, others, and the world. Spoken and written language carry energy that can shape your reality for better or worse. Your body, mind, and spirit respond to the way in which you describe yourself. If you say, for example, I'm useless, I can't do this, I'll never be any good, your cells and vibrational intelligence believe those words. They go and create experiences that reflect them. But if you say, I'm good enough, I'm doing my best, I can succeed at this, then your energy shifts to create this truth. Your brain chemistry is influenced by what you say. Your mind is always seeking to show you evidence of what you speak about. Notice how you communicate with other people. Do your words lift them up? Before you write or speak, ask yourself if you would like to receive these words. You have the power to shift your world with language, so use it with care. It says pursue a creative writing or submit a manuscript to publishers, learn a new language. You are an inspirational public speaker. It says my words make a positive difference. I speak from my soul. All right. Then we got Sacred Marriage, Mary Magdalene. I think my comments froze, you guys. Did they freeze for you? Okay, Mary. You are your own twin flame. Spiritual wholeness leads to new experiences of intimacy and love. The Temple of Magdalene is a space for deep spiritual and sexual healing. Your soul has an ancient connection to this temple, and memories of a twin flame union are now being stirred. As you awaken the holiest feminine and masculine energies inside of your heart, you'll be working deeply on yourself and awakening to your soul's light. This process can span many years. Your healing journey is about becoming whole. All of your life, you've been preparing to create a relationship that reflects the inner wholeness. It's not a partnership based on image-driven ideals of perfection, nor is it based on patching up each other's wounds. It's a conscious relationship in which both people take responsibility for their own lives and soul growth. Mary says, before you can experience sacred marriage with another, you need to come home to your own inner twin flames. She gives you a red rose, her symbol of the beloved, to signify that you're choosing the sacred marriage inside yourself first, in perfect timing. You'll merge with a partner who reflects your own completeness. Trust that your heart knows what it's doing to build this energetic experience of true love that leads the world to higher consciousness. So it says, clear the vibrational imprint of past lovers through energy work, incorporate a sacred ritual into your love life. And the mantra is, I am whole and complete. I am ready to create a sacred experience of intimacy. Nice. Yeah, I do think my comments froze, you guys. So I'm so sorry if I can't see. Because usually it'll just give me like little updates and it's frozen. So I hope you guys can hear me. I hope this reading is actually being recorded. I see the hearts though. I see the heart emojis. All right, for Sagittarius, what messages do we have for Sagittarius? Oh, you guys, what is with all this sacral energy? We got the sacred over here. We got all the sexual, Kalima. We got Kadesh, sexual wisdom for Sagittarius. And we got Apollo, divine messages. Okay. Ooh la la. Okay. Embrace intimacy. Celebrate your sexuality. This card signifies a time of sexual healing and new experiences of intimacy. Kadesh can activate your intuitive wisdom about sex as a sacred, nourishing force. She says the easiest way to access your sexual, spiritual knowledge is to tune into your body, be still, and become aware of your breath. If you can place one hand on your heart and the other on your belly, or simply focus on the sensations of your body. Imagine your sexual energy as a spark of light flowing through you. Ask yourself, what does my sexual wisdom want me to know? Listen to the first feeling or impression that arises. If nothing comes, don't worry. You're tuning into your higher sexual consciousness, whether you know it or not. The insights might come hours or days or weeks later. Maybe you want to be more sexually expressive and creative, or do you need permission to experiment with being polyamorous or celibate, for example? It could be that sexual blocks or trauma are coming up for healing. I will lead you in the right direction for support. Offer up all of your desires and wishes about the sacred erotic to me, and let me bring you all the sensual pleasure that you deserve. It says, my sexuality is natural. I am worthy of ecstatic pleasures. And the other one is Apollo, divine messages. And this one says, signs are being sent to light your path. Wake up. The divine realms are communicating with you. Sweeping in upon his chariot, Apollo is illuminating. Apollo comes to illuminate the stream of heavenly messages that have been sent your way. So he says, a wondrous intuitive language is being spoken through signs and synchronicity. Spirit guides commonly send symbols like feathers and rainbows to remind you of their presence. Pay attention to the words, phrases, overheard conversations, song lyrics, music, colors, images, symbols, and number patterns that you experience repetitively. You may have a sense of heightened awareness or sudden stillness as the sign is delivered. Divine messages will always be kind, loving, encouraging, and positive. They don't tell you to do anything. They rather nudge you in the right direction of your highest good, reinforcing your inner knowing. If you do not understand a divine message, ask yourself, if I really knew, what would this sign mean? Interpret it kindly and trust yourself. It says, make a sign journal to record the messages. You'll receive a valuable oracle card soon. And it says, Apollo, help me interpret the language of spirit. All right. Awesome. This reading was awesome. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate you, all of your love, all of your support. You guys are amazing. I am going to head off. When you see the mini version of this, if you can comment on it, share it, post it, all or whatever, reshare it or repost, whatever it is. I would really appreciate it. It helps with my algorithm. Hopefully I see you guys next week. Remember, tonight we're going to be doing personal readings on live, so hopefully I see you there. If not, have a great weekend. Happy Sag season, and I will see you soon. Bye.